I'm Nikki. I'm Fiorella.
I'm TJ. I'm Eric.
I'm Luke.
And we are
The Big Five.
You dropped your wallet.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What made you do that?
It's the right thing to do.
But I mean, you could have kept the wallet and all the money inside.
Yeah, but you know, if I lost my wallet, I want someone to return it to me.
Wow. Well, I would like to reward you for that.
Thank you.
Because here at Kind, that's what our company culture is all about. Being kind with our words and our gestures.
The founder and CEO, Daniel Levetzi, always wanted to work at a company that was kind with its words and gestures. So in 2004, he founded Kind Bar in New York with the hope to change the world by making a little kinder, one snack at a time. Since then, his company has expanded to over 500 employees, but has still continued its rapid growth.
But is that really what Kind is all about?
Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate my money.
So what's Kind's problem? They are having trouble maintaining their company culture as the company is growing larger. Also, people feel as though there's a discrepancy between Kind's actual versus stated values, as the company may not be as kind as they say since their snacks aren't deemed healthy by the FDA.
The problem that we just defined relates to the beginning step of Lewin's three-step model. This is a type of model that we suggest for Kind to take in order to implement their solutions. Starting off with the unfreezing stage, we came up with the analogy of relating this concept to an ice cube, one that is just out of the fridge and beginning to melt. Just like the first step involved unfreezing, the company needs to involve in breaking down the status quo before they can build up again. Then comes the second stage, the movement stage, a step of change where the ice cube is melted and now needs to be rebuilt and refrozen. This is where solutions are generated, one that we will mention up next, which will help Kind's organization and help them look for new ways of doing things. In addition, this changing process can have some resistance that comes from individuals at the company. Lastly, the last step of the model is refreezing, which is a step where changes are taking shape and people are embracing new ways of working. The organization is ready to freeze once again and become that solid ice cube that they once were. We will touch more upon this later.
Now moving on to the movement aspect of Lewin's model, one way to help alleviate and deal with the issues that Kind is facing is through ethical-based recruitment. We believe that maintaining company culture amongst a greater number of individuals is plausible if Kind were to recruit individuals who did the right thing and whose morals and ethics revolve and align with Kind's vision and mission. So again, Kind hopes to maintain company culture even though there is a rapid growth in the company. How do we know that this ethical-based recruitment is a proper solution to Kind's problem? Well, let's look at another company which has experienced massive amounts of growth over the many years. Let us look no further than IKEA. IKEA is one of the largest organizations in the world, yet it has a very loyal, strong, and efficient workforce. How can a company this large have such a strong company culture and have employees who embody the organization's beliefs? After interviewing with one of IKEA's HR managers, Rosa Bustamante, we were able to garner that they are able to do this by hiring the right people. IKEA is known for being a very ethical and kind organization. Rosa explained the concept of the ethical-based recruitment and that the reason behind it was because they believe that if the ethics and morals are there, then the skills can be taught. However, more often than not, ethics and morals cannot be taught so easily. Kind should not worry about hiring the most qualified individuals. Instead, they need individuals who fit the organization's values and goals and know that these individuals will not do anything to compromise the company intentionally. Having ethical individuals can lead to a healthier company atmosphere and retention and growth of the company culture.
According to results found from studies published in the Harvard Health Letter, there are good fats and bad fats. As you can tell from the molecular makeup, not all fats are created equally. There are two types of unhealthy fats, trans fats and saturated fats. Trans fat, which is a man-made fat where hydrogen is added to vegetable oils, and then saturated fats, which occur naturally in food found mostly in animal sources like whole milk, butter, and cheese. The other two categories of healthy unsaturated fats are monosaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats, which are found to lower LDL cholesterol and total cholesterol when substituted for saturated fats. These good fats are also known to be good for brain health, weight loss, and lowering heart disease risk. Having said this, the fat in KIND's bars comes from the healthy fat. Therefore, we should negate the FDA's suggestions and keep the fat in the bars.
So now that we've talked about a few solutions, I'd like to talk to you about the resistance that change can bring about. There are 3 primary types of resistance to change, with the first being logical and rational, the second being psychological and emotional, and the third being sociological. Logical resistance stems from disagreement in rational facts and reasoning, as well as logic and science. This change often requires time and effort from employees to learn new job duties. This can be seen within the organization as a result of any changes that KIND implements that will cause current employees to be retrained or learn new job duties, which would ultimately require time in which they could be doing something else. Psychological and emotional resistance stems from attitudes and emotions. It generally deals with employees' fear of the unknown, distrust of supervisors, and lack of job security. With that said, any change that KIND were to implement could cause this, as it may create instability amongst employees. Sociological resistance becomes present when a product or change specifically affects and challenges a group's values or interests. It typically occurs when a group does not feel they are being treated fairly and often leads to lack of motivation and other issues to an organization. Social resistance ultimately can occur within KIND if particular departments may not be responsive to change, as they may feel it threatens their particular group. So if a particular department within KIND has an agenda that is not met due to these changes, that's an easy reason that there could be sociological resistance within the company. Lastly, I'd like to talk to you about Lewin's 3-step model, and specifically movement. This step refers to the process of change within an organization. The transitioning is marked as the implementation of the change. It is a time marked with uncertainty and fear. The more prepared the employees are, the easier the change is to complete. Education, communication, support, and time are needed. During this time, people begin to learn the new behaviors and the ways of thinking, and ultimately, the change is implemented. Specifically, logical and rational resistance stems from external sources such as the FDA being unwilling to listen and compromise with KIND. If the FDA works with KIND rather than trying to strip them of being called a healthy snack, a compromise can surely be met and much of the resistance will be alleviated. KIND may soon experience a great deal of psychological resistance if new ethical-based recruitment goes into effect. Current employees may be afraid of the new recruitment system as it poses a threat to their jobs. However, management can easily alleviate the concern by assuring that their jobs are not in jeopardy and that the new recruiting will ultimately strengthen the organization.
Leadership is one of the most important aspects in maintaining and creating company culture. In order to develop the culture of the company around support and belief in the product, the leader will need to be able to affect the attitudes and beliefs of the staff toward the company and towards the product. For our specific example with KIND bars, the leader must play a crucial role in Lewin's 3-step model. Specifically, the leader equipped to solve KIND's problem of maintaining company culture must be able to refreeze. Refreezing is the ability to set new objectives and goals of the company that align with the movement and changes KIND has taken. Refreezing is also the 3rd step in Lewin's 3-step model. The 2 leadership styles that will prove to be most effective in this step are the consideration/employee-oriented leader, one who seeks employee input and concern for the whole welfare of the staff. As a result, the employees will feel secure in the leader, product, and the company as they expand. Another style is a charismatic leader who is sensitive to the needs of the staff, and having a clear vision and goal for the company, it will allow for the refreezing step to take place with no doubt in the minds of many employees. A leader with these traits will most effectively carry out the refreezing process in Lewin's 3-step model, and in turn help solve the problem of maintaining company culture through expansion.
KIND has a great vision and a diverse line of products. However, based on the surveys and interviews we conducted, we came to the conclusion that KIND's issue is that not enough people are aware.
I'm not that familiar with the company.
We also talked about how KIND has to counteract the statements of the FDA. In essence, we are promoting that KIND should kill 2 birds with 1 stone through extensive marketing, both traditional and maybe even incorporating viral marketing, such as this example of the Nike ball crushing the car. No, we do not believe the ball just perfectly descended from an angle in which the Nike logo is present, But some people do, and it gets people chirping and promotes word of mouth. In this way, Kind can both promote their brand to the public and to new consumers, while reaffirming their claim that they are a healthy snack option to their existing customer base.